Is Nampa, Idaho a good place to live? That's what we're talking about in today's video. I'm going to show you guys around downtown. I'm going to show you some neighborhoods. I'm going to show you Lake Lowell, and I'm going to talk about all the reasons that you may want to live there or why you may not want to live there. Hey friends, welcome back to the channel. My name is Craig Flood. I'm a real estate agent here in Idaho. And if you're curious what it's like to live here, eat here, work here, play here, sleep here, then be sure to subscribe to this channel as I post a new video each week. So in today's video, we're talking about Nampa, Idaho, and if it's a good place to live. Hopefully, I'm going to give you guys a really good overview of it so that you can decide if it should be on your list as you're considering probably the Treasure Valley as a whole. And you're going to want to stick around to the end because I'm going to cover a lot of details that are going to help you guys in that process of determining if this is going to be a good fit. So let's talk about where Nampa, Idaho is located. So if we look at a map, here's the Treasure Valley. If we look down to the bottom of the left, this is going to be Nampa. Just above it, you essentially have Caldwell. Off to the right, you have Meridian and Kuna. And you can kind of see right here that 84 kind of slices right through it. So right away, you know that Nampa has really good access to 84, which can be a pro. You have a lot of people who want to live in Nampa for certain reasons, and it is really easy to get from Nampa into downtown. You just got to take 84 to get all the way into downtown. And when I say downtown, I'm talking about Boise, Idaho, as some people will be traveling there for work, depending on what you do. Now, people who are thinking about Nampa, Idaho, you probably are dreaming of wide open spaces. You are wanting to be a little further away from Boise, Idaho, but not too far away. You still want access to some of those amenities. And then you could be somebody who's wanting some land. You want to get some more land to live on, 1, 2+ acres, or you're looking for something that is more affordable. Whether you want to buy more luxury or whether you're just looking for a starter home or something that is just maybe right around that $350K range. In Nampa, Idaho, that's something that you can do. And there's some good reasons for why you'd want to be in Nampa, maybe over some of the other surrounding cities. Now, here's some high-level stats of Nampa, Idaho to kind of get you caught up to speed. First, let's talk about population. The population in Nampa, Idaho is right around 108,000. Right, so now if we compare that to Boise, Idaho, that's right around, I think, 230,000 right now. And so you can kind of see the size difference. Nampa's not super small, but it's definitely not the size of Boise. Some other interesting stats I pulled up, the median household income there is right around 64,000. Some major industries are going to be healthcare, agriculture, retail, and manufacturing. And some notable employers. Number one's going to be healthcare. In fact, I'll show you two right now. All right, here we are at one of the hospitals in Nampa. This is going to be St. Alphonsus right behind me. This could be a great place for you to work, or if you're concerned about hospitals, this would be one of the options for you if you decide to move to this area. So here we are at St. Luke's in Nampa. This is going to be your other major hospital system. So this is going to be great for you if you're concerned about, hey, what hospitals will I have access to if I move? I know a lot of you may be moving from states where you have great medical care. Just know that we have good options here as well. But this is a good option for you if you're looking for medical care. St. Luke's is ranked number 1 in the state of Idaho. In addition, if you're looking for a place of employment, this could be a good job to apply for a job, whether you're a nurse, doctor, anything like that. In addition to that, over there, they do have the cancer center. So again, there are options here in Idaho, and I'd encourage you to do your research and say, okay, what specialists do I need and what can Idaho offer me in that area? And if you have questions, reach out to me and I will try to be as helpful as I can in that process. And another one is going to be NNU, Northwest Nazarene University. And to give you some housing stats, the median list price in Nampa, Idaho is going to be $465,000. So that puts you right around $234 per square foot. So one of the draws to a place like Nampa and Caldwell, kind of the west side of that valley there, is going to be the more affordable home costs. And essentially, people don't mind making that trade-off, especially if they're having to work in Boise. They would say, hey, I'd love to save a bit more on my house, and I don't mind doing a 20 to 30-minute commute. And in exchange, they're getting a more affordable house with possibly a larger lot. But as with every city, prices are really going to vary in Nampa. You're going to have some lows, some highs, and depending on where you live in Nampa is also going to kind of dictate that. So you could live out towards Lake Lowell, which is one of the lakes out there that people like to recreation on, go boating. All right, now I'm going to drive you guys by a house that's sitting on 2 acres. These are all custom homes in this community. Also, if you were to live in this area right here where we're looking right now, you would be within minutes of Lowell Lake. So let me show you the house. So this is a beautiful 5-bedroom, 5-bath, 3,600 square feet. And now here you can kind of see we got some nice, beautiful custom homes sitting on large lots. Something else to note in the Treasure Valley, on the north end, you're going to have views of the Boise foothills. In Nampa, kind of looking south, you're going to have views of the Owyhee Mountains. And then further south as well, you're going to have access to the Snake River. So just to give some reasons why you'd want to live in Nampa, you are getting that small town feel. Just kind of one street off from the main street, but something that you're going to notice is that it has like an old kind of classic Idaho downtown feel. You got a lot of brick on the building. You're close to Lake Lowell. You're getting access to the bigger city amenities that Boise has to offer, though you don't have to live in Boise to get that. You just got to be within proximity. Now, since we're talking about small town, let's go look at the downtown area. I'm going to drive you around, do some walking, and actually there was a moment where a dog ate my microphone, and so you get to see that too. All right, so off to our left over there, we have the trains cutting through town. So that's definitely a factor when you're thinking about where you're going to move. Do you want train noise? Do you not want train noise? So there's lots of things to think about when you're considering a city. What are some of the cons of that city? What are some noise makers of that city? Where are some of the better home values going to be in relation to things that are happening in that city? All right, here we are in rolling cycles downtown. Oh, downtown, man.
How you doing?
Good. Sorry about that. No, I don't care. You probably saw him like that.
No, thank you. No, thank you.
What do you guys like about living downtown? Or living in Nampa?
Yeah, I would say living in, I mean, I've lived here my whole life. I like how it's growing. There's some cool new things coming to downtown, whether it's more food options, or different business options, some infrastructure upgrades. I think it's all cool, but I like people, so.
What about you?
I've been in Nampa now for about 5 years. I'm originally from Southern California. So
it's
a big change for me to be here. And I kind of like it's like a small town kind of rustic feel, but it's also like, it's getting newer and it's updating, and it's like a place where you can go and have a good time and like Adam said, like meet some really cool people.
Yeah.
But not also feel like you're in some like older ghost town. Like it's a perfect balance of like small, but kind of like, you know, hip and finding your niche of people. It's big enough to do all that. So I go to school at NNU. So I've definitely stayed mostly in the Nampa area, going to school over there. And it's just, it's cool. It's smaller. I come from somewhere where it's just like, you kind of feel like a pack rat in the middle of a rat race. And here you feel like you can actually like know a majority of the people around here on a first name basis. And especially this downtown area, you know, between this place and like Mesa or there's just a bunch of cool little places that are like, you know, still hip and in the know with like the younger population, but like not too big to where like I can walk in here and Adam will remember me even if I showed up 2 weeks ago. It's like a first little face-to-face basis. So
yeah,
that's cool part.
Small town kind of feel like that. That's cool. Cool. Well, as you guys can kind of hear, you kind of got a good little taste of what some of the local downtown people think. Also, that was really interesting. The dog ate the mic, so hopefully it's still good. I never would have thought that mic would have ended up in a dog's mouth. So let's walk up a little bit. Let's show you a little bit more downtown. I just wanted to pause for a moment. If you're watching this for the first time, or if you've been watching my channel for months, just know that I'm a resource for you. You can call, text, or email days, nights, or weekends. We help families and couples and people just like you relocate every single week, and we help plan what a scouting trip can look like for you to help you determine if this is a place that you want to live. So just know my contact information is down below, or you can scan that QR code, and we would love to help you and assist you in that process. So downtown here, again, we have the Still, which is going to be some ice cream, and we got a dog shop and a little boutique to go shopping. Now we're kind of out on the main stretch. It's a one-way heading north. Old downtown kind of ends like 2 blocks that way, and then it extends a few blocks up, and then you're kind of into some more modern builds like A&Ws and more commercially stuff. You get away from this beautiful brick buildings that you see. Interesting little comment that I just want to make about the experience is, as I was waiting at that intersection, that gentleman who was in front of me is screaming profanities, cussing. Just interesting, right? Like, I'm walking around downtown, and that's what you know, you and I are experiencing together, though you didn't hear it. But just something to know. But now I want to show you guys the Nampa Public Library. It's going to be right behind me. Big, huge, beautiful library. But with Nampa, it's going to be great for families. You're going to get a lot of parks in town. You're going to have some safe neighborhoods and some strong schools. And again, in terms of activities, you're going to have Lake Lowell where you can go boating. You can head to the Boise Mountains. You can head to the Owyhee Mountains. I should say Boise Hills, Owyhee Mountains, or the Snake River Canyon. And this whole area is great for hiking, fishing, camping, and winter sports. In fact, just this last weekend, my wife and I took a trip up to Nampa Idaho. McCall, M-C-C-A-L-L. Kind of mispronounced it there. But we headed up to McCall, Idaho, and had a great weekend of snowmobiling with some friends. Again, with Nampa, you're getting that small town Idaho feel. Think great downtown, farmers markets, local community events. Now, some challenges that Nampa is facing is that the whole valley is growing, so more and more traffic is happening. Now, the whole Treasure Valley is working on this, and Boise and all the areas, but they're working on the infrastructure, trying to make the roads better. So that definitely could be a challenge out there. If you're somebody who commutes, it's probably not going to get better as the years go on. You're going to see more traffic, longer drive times. So that's something that is to be considered if you do choose to move that far out in the valley. Now, maybe in terms of work, that doesn't concern you. Maybe you get to work remotely, in which case then you're kind of free to choose where you want to live, and some of those things just won't impact you as much. So is Nampa the place for you? If it's not, be sure to watch this video next on Meridian. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.